Hey, and welcome, Leanne here. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. It is Sunday afternoon or late afternoon, I should say, and I just wanted to pop in. Just excuse me while I put my camera in the right place. Pop in, say hi, let me know that you are watching. I know it's going to take a little bit for Facebook to kick in, but I am not actually going to do readings today. I would love to have a discussion with people. I want to know what it is that you are currently feeling with this current energy. The month of August has been a heavy energy. Hey Kirsty, how you going, honey? I hope you're doing really well. Now, it really has been a full-on month energy wise. A lot of people are really feeling it, including myself. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what is going on in the energy, why people's focus has become more on their mental health, why people are feeling more depressed, more anxious than normal. Okay, so if you are somebody that is having anxiety more than normal or feeling depressed, not feeling yourself, please know that you're not alone. Okay, the universal energy has gone through some major shifts. Last month, July was a pretty good month. August, even moving into August, a lot of you would have heard me say that August was going to be a very hard month, a heavy month. Okay, bring on the end of August, is what I say. I am so over this month, as I know a lot of people are. Bring on September. I get the feeling there's going to be some big shifts in a positive way for September. So if you are noticing that you are very much in your own head, feeling very much out of sorts, as I said, you're not alone. All right. Sue says I can discuss with you. I'm not turning point. Um, Eleanor says everything is going wrong in my life. So there are patterns of this. We are seeing, or I am seeing a lot of this. Kirsty says, yes, I've taken a day off work last week and needed supervision at work and lots of anxiety. We are because you're not living. Exactly, Sue. This is the thing. The world has gone through so much change, so much unknown energy, and it is starting to cause a lot of depression in people because they don't have that clear purpose of where they're going. They are restricted in one way or another, or in even multiple levels of that. So we have so much more time on our hands that we find ourselves getting very much in our heads in that way. All right. So I find it good to focus on, as we're going through this pandemic and everything else that we're going through, to find something to put my energy in to keep me busy. As a lot of you will know, in the very first close down last year, my oracle cards, Deb and I created these oracle cards and had them published. So that took multiple hours, many hours to do that. It's something that should have probably taken 3 or 4 years to develop. We had them done in less than 18 months and published in that way. So we've got to find a way to adapt to what is going on. And I truly believe that we are going to be okay. But in saying that, it is about how we move forward. It is really about nurturing us because we do need to put our own needs first. Okay. I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong way of going around this. I'm not going to get into the politics of all that is related around the pandemic and all that stuff. I believe that we look for the silver lining in everything that's happening. Okay. I believe we can take advantage of what is happening in one way or another, but it is going back within. It is finding what we are passionate about, what drives us, what pushes us, what gets our interest going. What is it that gets us out of bed in the morning, so to speak? All right. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate your comment there that you love my cards. Unfortunately, I am coming through Facebook, so I can't share people's comments up on screen, but I presume that it is putting the writing on the screen. It's not showing it from my end. Melina's saying, feeling like there's nothing to look forward to as making plans seems pointless. Okay. Come closer back into home, honey. All right. Don't try to think about that bigger picture, so to speak. Let's go back within and go back to our basics. Because you think about it, this is, I sort of feel like this is the universal way of taking a lot of pressure off of the earth. Okay. We've had our fires right across Australia in the last 2 years on so many different levels. We've had flooding. We've now got the pandemic. Okay. I feel that Mother Earth has been through so much pressure for so many years, and the things that we have done haven't helped. So I sort of look at it as this is a way to pull us up and go, let's change. What is it we can do different? Okay. I'm a big believer when something doesn't work, take a step back, take a deep breath, and look at the bigger picture because things should be so much easier. So if we change, then we find that things move. Sue's saying no, sit in the pointless. Okay. It is really about not letting other things take over and control us. There are going to be levels of control, but when we can adjust ourselves to get in that energy flow that the universe is in at the moment, things will start moving, things will start opening up. But it's kind of like we've all got to work together to do this. And that's another point. Not one person is in this alone. We are in this as a world. So we are all affected in our own ways and we all have our own tools and coping mechanisms. It is about doing what is right for you. So if you are struggling at the moment, please do reach out for help. You know, I'm always here. I will listen. There are some amazing community bases out there. You've got Beyond Blue and different things like that. If you know somebody that is on their own, please reach out to them. And the simplest phone calls or Zoom, like catch ups and different stuff like that, can make a whole lot of difference just to be able to talk and move that energy. Okay. We can choose to sit in this energy and stay in this energy, but I don't know about you guys. I choose to move forward and continue to evolve and grow. And this is where I say we are being forced to go back within ourselves. We are being forced to nurture us first and most of all, okay? Because when we do right by ourselves, then those around us will help, all right? So it's just saying, forget about the government to help us. We create the changes. Exactly. That's the thing. I'm a huge believer in we don't need to give our power away, no matter what it is. Yes, the government are putting the rules in there, and honestly, I think they are doing the best to what they've got. And like I said, I don't want to get into politic arguments in that sense. They're finding their way through this. They haven't had to deal with this stuff before. Even when it comes down to the vaccinations, it's all guesswork. That's the way I look at it, and that's just simply my opinion. I could be totally off base, and if I am, I'm happy to admit that. All right. But I believe every individual needs to take actions or take responsibility for their actions, do what is best for them to move forward. And when we all start to align ourselves more in that loving light energy, we are going to see change. We need to support each other with that. We need to boost and lift each other at the same time. So the more we can pull together, the more we can bring the focus into the bigger picture, not what meets the eye. Okay. I am a huge believer in going past what meets the eye day to day and look at why these things are happening, no matter what it is in your life. Why is that person feeling that way? Why does that person act the way they do or respond in the way they do? What has happened? What is the triggers? How can we fix that? We don't need to go back into situations and relive it, but we can choose to go back and look at situations and review it to make change in the way that helps us. So I want to say, take a moment. Whether it's a moment or it's 10 minutes or half an hour or whatever, take a moment and look at what's going on in your life. Do the reflection. Look at how far you've come, because so many people don't realize how much of an inner strength that they have and can help themselves get through a lot of this. Now, I'm hoping what I'm going to say doesn't offend people, and I'm sorry if it does, but I'm just going to put it out there as I see it. What we are seeing at the moment, and I am noticing a lot of it, is there are more and more energies coming out of the woodwork that are playing what I call the victim energy. Okay. And like I said, I apologize if anybody gets offended by this, but maybe if somebody is offended by it, it may be my comments may be mirroring something within that person for them to feel that way. So I then look at that as a trigger to go, take a step back, look at the bigger picture. What is it I need to change in that way? Okay. But this energy that we are sitting in, a lot of people aren't owning their own actions, their own words, their own doing. Okay. They are seeing, I am seeing so much of the old patterns sneaking back in at the moment where it's poor me, it's everybody else's fault. Somebody else needs to fix this for us. Okay. And you think about it with the pandemic, we've expected as a world for the government, wherever we are in the world, to fix this problem. They're no better off than we are. They don't know how to fix this. I know they get the big bucks, but still. So, this is where I keep saying go back within. You are your world, you are the center point, and the rest revolves around that. So, when we take that opportunity and we own who we are and we know who we are, we make change, we will then find that that energy is going to flow out and have that ripple effect around to our loved ones, those that we work with, our communities. This is a time, and I strongly believe this decade, the focus is love. All right, the weak will die off. Those that want to sit in the victim energy are going to stay on a lower vibration. We are being pushed to move into the love and the light and grow and evolve. And when we do that, we're going to take other people on that journey with us to support us, okay, and to support each other. Because I keep saying to people, we are in this together, okay? Let's lean away from the fear energy and let's lean into that loving light energy, stand in our true self, our true power, and be the best versions of who we can. And the more we can move people into this, we are going to see change, I believe strongly. Okay? I'm fed up with hearing people say, poor me. It's everybody else's fault, bar my own. I'm fed up with hearing about racism and stuff like that. I am truly a believer we are all the same no matter where we come from, what colour we are, however we grew up, whatever. We are a loving soul that came into this world with a journey, a purpose, and we are here to serve that. Let's pull together. Let's spread the love and support each other no matter what our situations are. And I find myself wanting to do things for people I don't even know. The kindest thing, even to give a smile to somebody as you walk past. Obviously, at the moment, it's a bit harder to see. I was actually thinking about embroidering smile or a big smile on my mask, sort of thing, to show people that I am smiling. Look at people's eyes, people. Okay, when you walk past somebody, look into their eyes, into their soul, and see that love, that smile, that humanity that comes through in that way. Thank you, Melina. And Sue saying, trust in love. If we can't trust in love, what can we trust in? All right. Sue says, oh, it's raining. Sue says, brownie points for being shiny is out. Okay. And Neil says, let's think outside of the square. I love it, definitely. Those that don't have the emotional support. Exactly. And this is where we need to nurture ourselves and spread that energy out. Okay. It is about helping each other, it is about lifting each other. It is so much more about than what just meets the eye. What is in this minute? We need to plan ahead. All right. Be present in what you're doing, but also have that goal of what you're working to. All right. I know for myself, designing the cards last year. Oops, I've got them upside down. Putting that time and that energy into this last year was what helped kept us sane. It gave us focus. It gave us hope. So when you've got something to focus on and something to work towards, there is hope. We just need to trust in that. We need to trust in ourselves as well. All right. So I want to say for those people out there that are struggling, know that you do have the tools in what I call your tool belt to help you through that. And sometimes it's as easy as reaching out and asking for help in one direction or another, sort of thing, knowing that we aren't alone. I love that, Sue, cleaning out the closet again. It is. We are constantly being asked to do that on an energetic level. All right. It's the same as I quite often say, and I look at people with health issues. Look at what you're holding on to. Look at what no longer serves you and let it go. Because our aura, our energy field, cannot continue to carry that energy. So if we're stressing about what's out of our control at the moment and we don't take back that power, take charge, we are going to find that our bodies are going to start to react in a physical way. We're going to have more health issues come out. If we're scared about getting the virus and different things like that, we are going to manifest that energy in our bodies. Okay. That energy in that negative mindset is a lower vibration. The universe is asking and pleading with us to step it up, raise our vibrations, step into that loving light, as I spoke about earlier, and look at how that is going to change. All right. So there is so much we can do. The power of the mind is just one way of doing and making change. So I want to say take a breath. Breathing is really important. And I went through, when I went and I got my tattoo done on Friday with a really talented gentleman. And I'm actually going to have him on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. As a special guest. And we're going to talk about energy and how it affects our body and how we can use certain ways to heal within ourselves as well. So if you're interested in that stuff, please do join Pavlo and I on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. He's going to be open to answering questions as well. But I think if you can start to change or make change in your life in a positive way that allows you to evolve and grow and gives you the opportunity to do that and let go of what no longer serves you, we are going to see massive, massive changes. Sue says survival as a single female is hard and we need to support women. Honey, we need to support everybody, okay? I don't want to separate female energy and male energy from being different, but at the same time, I don't want to separate what you're going through to anybody else as well. Hey, Sue Newman, that is coming in as well. Remember, we are all individuals. We are all going through our own thing in our own ways. It's like grief. We handle situations or handle that grief in the way that works for us. And it really is about going back and I believe acknowledging what it is that we feel, what it is that we experience. Communicate, speak, reach out, share that load, knowing that you're not alone and you're not the only ones going through this. All right. My heart goes out and it always has to those that are struggling, those that don't know how to make change, those that want help or are just in need of anything in that way. the more understanding we can be, the less judgment we have, the better. All right. Everybody, and that's one thing I find in my life. Hey, Kirsten, she says, hello. I was just wondering if you could tell me any. I am not doing readings today, honey. All right. Catch me on Wednesday night. I will do that. Uh, okay. If you're worried, honey, maybe look into that a little bit more. All right. I get the feeling he's going to be okay. All right. Sorry, I finished reading your question. All right. Um, but I get the reference to. I lost my train of thought then. Sorry, I've forgotten what it was that I was saying. But I just get the reference to the more that we can move in the and that focus in what's coming next rather than dwelling in what we can't control or what we can't change in that sense, we will move forward quite quickly. All right. I'm a big believer everything happens for a reason. What is the lesson in that thing that is happening at that time? All right. Take a step back, take a deep breath, ground yourself. Try not to get in your head too much because what happens when we come ungrounded is we do spend too much time in our head, then we get into those negative thought patterns and everything goes around and around and just manifests and gets in heightened. So if we can take a breath, stay grounded, we will find ourselves feeling so much more balanced. Kristen, you are very welcome, honey, and sending lots of love out there as well. Can you send me one word, please? Susan, hope. Sue, sorry, I got hope for you. All right. So keep that hope, stay focused. All right. Sue says, yourself and Mary Waters' support and guides have been a big help for me with what my family's been going through for 4 months. Honey, I'm sending you a very big energetic hug. All right. I send my love out to you. And I am so pleased. Mary is an absolutely beautiful soul. I have had the honour to work with her and guide her on her part of her journey as well. All right, so that is Sue Newman. So thank you very much for your kind words, honey. I do really appreciate them. And, you know, I always say I only need to help one person in my work for my job to be done. If I can make change in one person's life or make that journey for them that little bit easier, my work is done. So that just sort of gives me another thing that Spirit brings to my attention. Look at, and this is for everybody. Um, Sue Harrison, you are very welcome, honey. We've got so many Sues today. I always say, look at what it is that you are doing. What reaction does your actions have on others? How do other people react to it? How do you react to your actions? Look at what it is that you're doing and what is the bigger picture about. What is that ripple wave of energy that goes out? What is the final result in that way? If you set your intentions to have a positive outcome and you work from the heart, you can't go wrong. All right. So I want you to think about that. The more, hey Tash, the more we can stay in that heart energy and be driven by that and not the ego, we are coming from the right place. Can you imagine if we could remove a lot of the negative egos? Everybody has a good, a positive, and a negative ego. If we could reduce a lot of this negative egos that are out there, the world is going to be so much more loving. All right. It is going to have focus. It's going to have direction. It's going to have clarity. And that's the thing with what we've been through for the last, what is it now, 18 months? We haven't had clarity. We've had uncertainty. And when we sit in that uncertainty, that brings fear. When we sit in fear, that creates a negative vibration, a lower vibration, and it keeps manifesting. It gets heightened. So when you've got millions and millions of people sitting in that energy, This is why things go off the scale in the way that they have. Okay. Chaz says, I'm so confused, full of anxiety with the vaccination tomorrow. Honey, you need to do what is right for you. I have booked in for my vaccination in the beginning of October and the end of October, simply because I want to travel interstate to do my work. If I didn't have to, I personally would be, and this is just my personal decision, I would have been holding off. Now, when I was actually talking with Pablo on Friday, when we were talking about energy, it's not, in his opinion, and when he's looking at energy fields and the way they affect our body, and as I said, he will be live with me on Tuesday night this week at 8 o'clock. And I highly recommend people jumping into this live and having a look at what he's got to say, because it is truly fascinating in the way that things affect us. All right. So he says it's not about what they're putting into our body, it's what we do to correct it. All right. So all the chemicals and the negative stuff that comes with the vaccine, there are ways to counteract that sort of thing. So they are comments that people could actually ask more about on Tuesday night, and we will find out, if time permits, on more about that stuff as well. Sue says it's been 16 years. I hope so. I hope I'm not targeted by vampires. Honey, if you choose to let them affect you, you're giving them the permission to do it. If you choose to take back your strength and reflect that energy back, you're not going to have, they won't have the effect that they desire on you. All right. We have the ability to take back that control. Tash, I'm thinking about my mum when she has her surgery. So, honey, Tash, see that as a positive outcome, because you're putting that positive energy into it. You're manifesting that. Okay. And Sue's saying social environment. All right. We don't have to choose to take on other people's energies. So if you are finding yourselves that you are surrounded by what I call energy vampires, see a mirror between yourself and them in the middle. So I got a phone beeping somewhere. See a mirror between you and them in your mind, with the reflective side facing them. So you reflect that energy at them. Sorry, somebody is going nuts somewhere on my socials, I think. Liking stuff. So what we do when we reflect that energy back, we choose not to allow them to affect our energy, but we are giving them a dose of their own medicine back at them. So I like to think of it as we are showing them what they are reflecting out to us. Like I said, we don't have to choose to take that energy on. All right. So I might actually leave you with that, because this was just a random video that I have been wanting. Like, the subject has been coming up for a while now, and as time is going on and the harder the month of August has got, as I said earlier, I said into July, that August is going to be a heavy month. It had that feeling to it, energetic wise. It was going to be testing. Now, I see that to be testing as a positive, because it's forcing us to acknowledge what is coming up and let it go, because it does not serve a purpose in our life anymore by holding on to it. On an even higher level there, we could look at it as we are being forced to let it go to make room for what is to come. And my feeling is, from July to December, we are going to go through some massive positive growth. All right. But, and there is a but, we need to do the work on ourselves. We need to be visual of what's going on. We need to look at the bigger picture and not get stuck into that, stuck in that old patterns, the victim energy that we could quite easily be pulled back into if we don't stand in our strengths. All right. Melina, you are very welcome, honey. Sue's saying we are going to survive, without a doubt. Honestly, I see us coming out of this so much better than what we were. I kind of want to call it like a new world. I know that's probably, something to do with an old movie or something like that. But if we change our ways, we sit in that loving energy, that light energy, and we work on a higher vibration, it's only going to get so much better. Tash says, always good to hear you. My fears are my allergies. Yep, perfect. You are very welcome, honey. I'm happy that I can help. So, Sue says, I might fall in love. No, Sue, you might. What's this might? I will. Change your words, honey. Know what it is. The word might comes with doubt. You're leaving room for doubt, okay? If you want love, you will find it. Don't bring in the questioning about it. All right? See where I'm going with that? And these are just the simple things that we can do. Look at our actions, our reactions, our wording. What is the message that we are putting out to the universe? At the moment, it's very much fear based that a lot of people are living in, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, we can either cave and give in to that, or we can stand in our strengths, be determined, and take back our own control. All right? But we need to nurture ourselves and we need to stick together and we need to help lift each other through all this stuff. Okay? People are very vulnerable, people are very scared. But I don't even like to watch the news because it creates that vulnerability. Okay? Who do you trust? Who's right? Who's wrong? Sort of thing. Look past what meets the eye. Ask the questions. When we question things, we get answers. All right? Whether it's from spirit, our guides, it could be anywhere. Okay? So I want to leave you with that. I really hope that those people that are needing help will reach out in the right areas and get help. And please don't be scared to reach out. All right. There are so many professional services out there that can help. And I know Beyond Blue and all that sort of stuff have just reported that they have had record calls. And that just to me shows how people's mental health are taking the impact, the brunt of all of what is going on. So I guess, there are so many tools out there. And I want to encourage, Sue, definitely there is hope without a doubt. I want to encourage people just to take a step back, take a deep breath, feel your feet on the ground. Even if you need to move your toes and feel how they touch the ground, you are going to get out of your head. You are going to become more balanced. You will become one with the universe. And I highly recommend people to do that 3 or 4 times a day. If you're an overthinker, do it more. Set yourself reminders on your phone to take those deep breaths, to make change, to be aware of your actions and your reactions, your words, so to speak, and the result that those actions, reactions, and those words that you are choosing to use, what they do to other people as well. So let's try moving into that loving light energy and radiating that out more so than sitting in that feared, vulnerable energy, because you are a beautiful soul. You are stronger than you realize. We just need to pull on that energy. All right. So I'm hoping that makes sense and I haven't rambled on too much. Spirit is pushing the change to come through and it will happen. And I honestly, truly believe we are going to come out this stronger and so much better for what we've been through. It is a journey and we have chosen to take this journey together. All right. So we're not in this by ourselves. Sue, you are very welcome. Tash, you are very welcome. Take care of yourselves, and I'm sending energetic healing hugs out to everybody that is open to receive. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget to join me live on Facebook. I will probably go through My Time TV, but cross post back to my page where I will have the gorgeous Pablo joining me, talking about energy and how it affects our bodies and stuff like that. Believe me, you won't regret joining in. ask questions. There are no silly questions, all right? And Tash, even about the vaccine, he will show you or talk about how we can adjust our body to accommodate for what we are needing to put into it. Okay, you are all very welcome, and lots of love to everybody. See you for now. Bye.